Welcome to the James Imaging YouTube channel, where we talk about tips and tricks for business technology. Today, we're going to go through how to save a search as a list inside of DocuWare. This tool is an amazing productivity tool that is so simple to use and set up. We like to think of it as the ultimate reward for keeping your digital assets organized. You save a ton of time and create a dashboard for yourself for the items that you'd like to monitor. I'm going to use the example of the webinar registration form submissions that we used in the video, How to Create a Web Form in DocuWare. In our demo DocuWare system, you can see the main functions across the top of the user interface. As we go across the top from left to right, the document trays would be your inbox, the search. We're going to use that in order to set up our lists. The next one would be lists. These are items that you want to monitor. Tasks, sometimes confused with lists. These are things that you are assigned to do via a workflow. Folders, this is an alternate view that's very similar to a traditional tree structure that you would see in Files Window Explorer, strike that, reverse it, Windows File Explorer. And then lastly, forms. This section or this function magically appears once you publish your first form. So what we're going to do is look at lists. My team had set up a quick and easy form for our marketing department. The marketing department would get a notification anytime someone registered for one of our educational webinars on a product. The product was called PaperCut. We set up the form. We didn't necessarily have to do anything about it. However, I wanted to closely just monitor and have that readily available should anyone ask me how many submissions we got, if we needed to double check that everyone was contacted, etc. So in order to do this, we set up a list. It's a perfect example of when you would monitor a task versus when you're assigned to do something, such as a task in a workflow. As you can see, when I open up my lists, and you can access all of your saved lists via the down arrow flyout menu, anything that matches that search criteria is going to show up with this lovely little yellow notification button. So if I click my December PaperCut webinar registrants list, up pops the results list, giving me everything that meets that criteria. For this, it was a super simple search. In order to set this up, all I'm going to do, let's show you. So we're going to totally delete this. I'm not going to remember what it's called, which you'll see me fumble with in a couple minutes here. All we're going to do now, I don't have that available to me anymore, but I still want to monitor it. So we're going to go set up a new search completely. So I'm resetting my search. You want to use your down arrow to select the filing cabinet that you're going to search in. I happen to have plenty. You're probably going to only have 2, maybe 3 filing cabinets, so this won't be as drastic for you. But I'm searching in JIS for James Imaging Systems registrations. That's it. The document type I'm looking for is the fixed value that I had assigned while setting up that registration form submission. I had set a fixed value of 12-2021, so December 2021 PaperCut webinar. All I'm going to do is hit search. I didn't want any other criteria, nothing with dates, because I want anything returned that's got that. Obviously, I cleaned out all of the actual submissions, and you just see my 4 test items. Now here, this screen's going to be very familiar to anybody that's using DocuWare for any length of time. This is the results list. As it pops up, any indexing values that were allocated to that search are going to be presented to you. You can move them around, you can drag them. I just drag my first name over here. I want my little date down here, and my last name, of course, next to the first name. Okay, so very familiar screen. What I want to point out to you is your options, the 3 dots in the upper right-hand corner of that results list. Very powerful stuff, very nifty productive options for you here. The one that we're going to work with is save this search as a list. Click. We have two options. One, name the search. Always using proper naming conventions so that you make your life easier down the road. So I'm going to say 2021 paper cut webinar registrants. Perfect. Next, the automatic refresh. Because I don't have very many documents in here, it's not going to take a lot of horsepower. So I'm going to luxuriously tell it to refresh every 1 second. So as soon as someone hits a submit button, I have a new notification. When I hit save, nothing pops up. But when I click my lists, all of a sudden, there it is again. Our 12-2021 Papercut Webinar Registrants. We can monitor this. It's going to turn red and give me another notification as soon as someone hits submit on a new one. So I'm always being able to monitor that list. That's it. Super simple. Hope you enjoyed this quick tutorial on how to save a search results list as a list for you to monitor. Congratulations on knowing how to do that now. Use the comment thread below to let us know how using lists has changed your life. Give our channel a follow to be notified of any new business technology tips and tricks. If you would like to schedule a personal demo of DocuWare, we have a scheduling assistant set up on our webpage, which is jamesimaging.com. Thanks and have a great day.